feel like I'm always pouring from one container to another container. So I got some hydraulic fluid. This is for the tractor. And sometimes I got to put it in places where it's hard to pour from a bigger container. So I pour it into this, a relabeled quart-size container. And then I have my little funnel. Let's put the lid on. And you can come with me. What we're going to do here is check the transaxle on the Massey. But what I need on an immediate basis, all right, ScottT, I think I need the Allen key. And I don't know if that one fits. And so, I don't think it does. I do this every time. I forget what size I need. Let's go look. That guy right there. Which is a hex Allen key, and we're also gonna check the steering pump. Both take hydraulic fluid standard. What do you think, Jack? Says, I'm with you. Keep going. Hex. Where are you? This guy might. Let's take all of these just in case. And let's see, I need a hex ratchet now. Thanks for joining in here, y'all. Before I was getting on the tractor, which I was about to get on and do some work with it, I remembered there was a couple things that I needed to do. Check before I put it into operation again. So we're gonna do that now. And I'm getting the tools. I need one more thing, a wrench. Need a wrench. I always forget which ones I need, so we'll just take this big guy right here. Adjustable wrench. The enemy of a true mechanic, right? And I agree with that in general, but this is a non-high torque application, so I'm really okay with what I'm about to do, which is this. So we're down here by the tractor now, and you can see why let's see if I got, that's too small. That's too small. This might be just right. Yeah. Now, and here's my hydraulic oil. So if there's enough in, it means it'll leak out when I take that off. It should be okay, but I think I have a leak here in one of the seals. It's a Massey 240 tractor, all-wheel drive. They didn't make many of these. Okay, now I gotta pay attention. Most of the 240s they made were just the rear wheel farm version. So I think I'm gonna add a little bit right now. This one's kind of a hard one to do. See, look. And I need, actually, this funnel will not work. I have another one where I can tip it up. Can y'all see in there? It needs it, that's for sure. Get a squeeze bottle. Yeah, I need a squeeze bottle. But if I can find my other, I have a little funnel that does work, so we're gonna go find that one. Can't remember though if I kept it in the car or have it out here. Yeah, over here. This guy. Let's make sure it's clean. One of my socks, see, I had a video about repurposing old clothes for shop rags. Get one more last use out of them. Take your holy socks. All right, I think it's clean. We'll bring that with us in case we spill it. Which is likely. There's Jacko. Okay. So, you see, I can do this. It does work. I have done this. Although being downhill would work too, wouldn't it? Oh, don't break it. Like that, I can get a bit of an angle, see? Let's see if I can do like this. All right, bear with me here. I'm gonna see if I can set this up so you can see it. I don't know if you can or not. Oh yeah. Not the ideal. The squeeze bottle is a better idea. I would agree with that. And maybe I will just put that on my list of things to get. Because this is a common theme for me. Come up there. There we go. and I'm on level ground where I am. So when I start to see it leak, I probably need quite a bit because it's been a while. Which is not good. You know, you get going, you forget, you do the work, and the maintenance often takes a back seat, which, okay, I'm not super heavy duty here with my operation, but it would be better to keep up with it. And there we go. So I got a little bit of leak, but I don't know if that's just from my funnel. Tip it up like that. I think I'm gonna get a little more in here because I poured in about, oh, maybe that much. And then the other thing is I don't actually like to fill this up completely because then you've got it too much in this. So this just allows me to put a little bit at a time in. I don't know if anybody's on chat, but if you are and you said hi, welcome. Hi right back to you. And I think I can see the level there, so I'm gonna stop there. And put that there. This is the transaxle fluid because this is a 4-wheel drive tractor, which I'm so glad I got for where we are. I would never have just a 2-wheel. Doesn't make sense. Do they even make them still anymore? That's actually a real question. Probably not too many is my bet. They don't make this tractor. Massey Ferguson doesn't exist. I think it's Agco is the parent owner, and they still, yeah, they make Massey Ferguson, but it's a completely different company than it was back in '95. I think that's what the model of this. It was one of the last years they were an independent company, I think. Okay, now the next thing I have to do is check the steering, hydrostatic steering. Let's put that there, that there. And keep my tools clean because I've got gravel here. I don't want to get gravel in my wrench. There. This is what I'm working on now. And I'm pretty sure this needs it because I always do that. I drop it in the dirt because it's heavier than I think it is. Kidding. There's the guineas to come and help. Let's do this. Okay, you're sitting on the pump right now. The phone, that is. Cleaning off my cap that I've dropped in the dust. And I think I lost the, I see the little copper washer. Okay, let's put that back on there. And let's set that somewhere where I'm not going to drop it again. Right here on the alternator. And this is the funnel I can use for there. Let's see if I can. I can probably do this. This is hand-eye coordination. Now, you hear the gins? Yeah, you do. Okay, I always overfill this. I think it'll take a little more. That might be. You see in there? Maybe a tad bit more. So I got a leak in this line too. Right here in the steering, and this has got to be a project up in here because the steering hydraulics are in this area. Let's see if we can get a little bit more and we should be good to go. There it comes. So, like I thought, I had probably come to where I had enough. Take that out. Oh, damn. That sucks. I wish there were an easier way to know. Is there? Maybe not working in the dark, having a work light, but it seems like, you know, a lot of extra work for. And this is my reuse of the sock. Let's clean it up. Let's use that oil to coat some surfaces. Waste not, want not, right? Get my wrench. And that's all we need. And the cap for the oil so I don't spill it. Let's get some likes, subscribes. Check out my content. You're gonna see a lot of riveting stuff like this, folks. You're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna learn that this is what the pump looks like on my Massey Ferguson 240. And this is the old Perkins reliable engine, 3-cylinder. And they're champs. These things go forever. This is a new starter we put on. We got the tractor in 2015. I bought it sight unseen from a guy in Florida. It was on eBay. And he shipped it to me. I said, I'll take it. $12,500 I think I paid for it back then. I haven't regretted it. It needed some hydraulics, 3-point work, and we had to put an extra few $1,000 in to get it working again, like properly. But I mean, the tractor's engine has been running perfectly since then. And then we had an alternator put in, although I don't know that we actually needed that, but that was part of the electrics. All I think we really needed was the starter. But it's been a good tractor. All right, now let's put this stuff on this little table here for the moment. Two hands. Lots of riveting content, just what I'm looking for. Exactly, Titan. Yeah, it's riveting. Thanks for joining. Yeah, you get to see me wipe down the oil that I spilled on the tractor, filling up the power steering, or rather the hydrostatic steering they call it. And one of the other projects, and I also topped up the transaxle. The other project that I have for this tractor is, I thought I needed another PTO. I don't know if you saw some content earlier where I posted. 2 years ago, I replaced the PTO bearing seal, and I thought it was leaking again, but now I don't think it's leaking. I think it's just, yeah, I have my other thoughts, but I think the seal is still good. But you can see lots of leaks in other places. These are the auxiliaries for the front end loader. And now the steering is definitely needs to be looked at. So that works. It's got the return, the input lines and the output lines, and I think the seals are bad because this is a 30-year-old tractor and nobody ever did any work on it. I bought it from the original owner, I think, in 2015. It was a golf course owner, and then an auction guy bought it, and then he said he's the one who sold it to me, but he picked it up from a golf course that was selling it in Florida. So it had a lot of rust on it, and they repainted it. You can see here, like the pitting. on this tractor in various places. You could see it was pretty bad, I think. So like on here, they redid blasted it, I think, and repainted it. And where they needed to, they put new hydraulic lines on. I wouldn't say this thing is a great, it doesn't have strong hydraulics, but good enough for a guy like me who uses it to do the things I'm doing. Oh yeah, here's a great example of the rust pitting. It must have been near the coast or something in Florida. I don't know. Speculation. Anyway, I'm going to now use it. Oh no, I had one more thing I had to do. I was going to check the air filter. So let's do that. The air filter is here. And that looks like what? Size nut. 1/2, 3/4, 5/8. You saw me spill it. I was here saying, no more, no more. Yeah, you were right. Yeah. Let's see if I can take this back. Don't need those. Hex. Don't need that. What you got going on there, Titan, today? Any barbecues? That goes there. I got toolboxes everywhere. This is where we're keeping our little chicks who are out there. Got to clean that up. Clean their bedding up. And I need the socket. And here is what my little used sock got you. That one is actually probably done. So at least I feel good that you didn't just throw it into the trash, you know. I got to soak up some oil with it. All right, let's see. Now, the smart way would be to just take the whole tray of tools out there. Then I don't have to come back. Oh, good luck on your physical there. Yeah, that's your hip, right, that you had replaced, if I remember. Hope that's all going well and the healing is about done and it's just the final tweaking and physio, right? Here we go. So I was hoping to get this stuff done earlier, but I went and saw a couple neighbors, gave them some eggs, and speaking of socks, that's sort of a theme today. We had Amazon delivered us some socks, which I think was done in error. And, oh, there's the gins. You hear them? All right, Gins. Go play. Come on. Go lay an egg out there. Shh. Crazy. They're crazy birds. Anyway, I want to tell you the sock story. So Amazon delivered us socks. We didn't order them. And usually they're like, yeah, you just keep them. We don't want to deal with them. It was a package of 6, but they were XL, so too big. And so I gave them to my neighbors. They were like Nike socks. And yeah, So that's what I did. It's the sock theme today. Sock rag. I guess I could have theoretically used them as rags, but I thought, you know what? They'll fit my neighbors. So they got them. And they were happy to get them. Okay, let's see if we can. That's gonna be too small. All right, does anybody want to take a guess what they think the... Yeah, they make a racket. They, yeah, you have to really appreciate guineas to keep guineas. My wife loves the guineas. And you know, when... I guess I kind of tune them out after a while, too, to be honest. Okay, so it's not... Everything, by the way, on this tractor is in metric. Believe it or not. So the tractor was made in Britain. And you would have thought they would have had everything in imperial, but it's not. Yeah, we get to answer your question, Titan, yeah, we get guinea eggs. But we have to go find them. With them, it's an Easter egg hunt. So the 17 millimeter fits that. Not tight. I'm wondering if it's... If I got another one, a 16. But yeah, with the guineas, you got to go out and see where they're... Kind of follow the... They usually lay around the middle part of the day. So you got to be on the lookout. Yeah, 16 millimeters is what fits. And then follow, you hear that? So she just lost her mate. A hawk got it the other night. They were sleeping. We call her Violet. And she's now mateless. And anyway, she was around with, she's about 2 years old, I guess. And we had around 7 or 8 lavenders, which are that light gray. And she's the only one we have left that's lavender now. But my wife thinks she was like, she's sad. And now, you know what? She might actually be a little bit sad. I don't know. That happened 3 days ago. And she was just off on her own, calling and making that noise. I said, well, I think she's just trying to attract a new mate now. And she has now the pick of who she wants, I guess. Because our flock has about 50-50. Yeah, it is a bummer. All right, now I actually need an extender on this guy. I kind of need 2 hands here, so here's what I'm going to do. Let's see if I can... I don't know if you can see that. I can put that there. Yeah, you might be able to see from there. It's kind of funny. I spend more time trying to set it up so y'all can see. But, you know, I don't mind because I like it. I love finding videos on YouTube that help me figure stuff out. And you never know who this is going to help. You never know. I mean, this is pretty basic stuff here right now. I'm just changing, or not changing, I'm looking at the cleanliness of the air filter. And that's a lot of trouble. All they needed was have a little wing nut on there. They didn't need a hex nut on there. truth be told. There's actually two filters, as you can see as I remove that. So there's this outer one here, which doesn't look too bad. I'll take that up and blow it off, just because I took the time to take it off. Now what we have is another, let me see if I can find a 16 mil. 16 millimeters, the same as 5/8. I can't see the chat here, so you're gonna have to bear with me here. If you're asking me anything. How did I do that the last time? 15, 16. I'm trying to find something that'll read, because it's not allowing me to get right in there, even with the long one. So that one is 11/16. I don't know if I get that loosens it. Yeah, that loosened it. But it was long enough to go over that threaded portion of the bolt. I'm surprised it wasn't a little dirtier, because, you know, I do a lot of chipping. And if I'm chipping any dry wood, it could suck in some of that. But it looks pretty good. Okay, that's the inner one. So that's actually, looks like a, no, that's the same. All right. Okay, let's take this. And we're gonna take it up to the shop here. And we're gonna have a little noise here. So nothing was really coming off them. It was pretty clean. And if anybody is interested in the part numbers for a Massey Ferguson 240 model 1995 year, here it is. You can look all that stuff up online, of course. All right, let's get that back on there. Sorry, let me catch up with the chat here. Kevin Coy, yes, eggs, but not edible. Of course they're edible. With guineas, absolutely. They're really good, by the way. I like them better than the chicken eggs. Why, you might be asking? Because they have a little bit higher yolk to white ratio, and they have a little bit slightly creamier texture. But not super different, but they're different. And they're quite good. Absolutely edible. 100%. We eat them. The thing is about the guineas, you got to go find them because they hide them. Not they hide them from predators. I guess we're predators. But yeah, it can be challenging sometimes to find them. They tend to lay clutches of eggs. So what they do is they use a communal nest. So all the females will lay in the same nest usually. And once they get to around 30 to 40 eggs in the nest, then the hen will go, usually it's two hens that they'll go broody. So not all of them, but one of them for sure, and usually two, and they kind of switch in and out, interestingly. But we don't actually let them do that because we usually pick the eggs up unless we can't find them. And then if we can't find them, then usually a ground predator like a possum or a skunk or a snake will find the eggs and they'll eat them. And if they do stay out, and it has happened, then we will actually, it's possible to lose the hen because they'll be picked off, and yeah. But we do, like I say, we've gotten really good over the years at finding where the eggs are, and we just kind of follow them, and then we go find the nest, and then pick up the eggs, bring them home, and eat them. Okay. I'm going to get this back in. And we should be good to go. It was surprisingly clean. It's been a few years since I've checked this. So it's doing its job. Outer filter, pre-filter, and then the inner one. And that one was really clean. You know, I'm just gonna finger tighten it. I don't think it needs to be tighter than that. Now the outer. I'm wiping a little grease off the seal. Let's see if we can fit this in there like this. Come on. The cable's in the way. Did I go above it or below it? Above, I think. There. And this one I'll do a little bit tighter. What I do with my 16. That's that. And we have this little cap here at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. But it's like a... Weirdly, it's something it's at the bottom of the canister. It looks like this. It's almost like a vacuum attachment. I mean, we do pull a vacuum through there. That's the idea. But I don't know why they had that on there. It's strange. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I guess enough air is let through this little slot. Can you see that? But it's all gunky down here. Let's clean it out a bit. So when they painted this tractor, they took all the electrics off. All the sensors on the engine, everything, the lights, everything was disconnected and never put back. So that, if I wanted to restore it, that would be something I would have to do or want to do. But I never, you know, it just never became a priority for me because I have enough to do without those projects. And so this just sits like this, and it's like not even holding on to it anymore. It almost seems pointless. Yeah, I'll leave it. Can't even hold. I don't know if you can see that in the, but this little rubber thing is not even staying on. So all the junk and crud in there was what was holding it up enough, I guess. Let's leave it like that. We'll be good to go. Putting the tools away. And move the phone out. Hey, Brian. Oh, thank you, Titan. You take care if you're still on. Titan's one of my P1s. P1 is priority ones. He's a subscriber. He comes in, he chats with me. And yeah, I appreciate a guy like Titan. And Brian too. Hello. If you're still on, maybe not. I know some people on lives, they just come in, they go out as quick as they came in. So, yeah. Anyway, check out my channel. And you'll see that I do all sorts of different stuff. Got a dog, Jack, cat, Maple, and the content will revolve around them and also the place that I live, which is on acreage here. And we have these little baby chicks. Look at them. Aw. And they like it out here. Actually, we just, they're about 2 weeks old now. And we usually keep them in here so that they stay warm at night. And I gotta clean that. And my hands now need to be cleaned here a little bit. I'm gonna get a bite to eat. So to my subscribers and others, thanks for joining. Come visit me again, because I do pretty regular live streams, kind of ad hoc. But I don't actually post timings for them because, yeah, just the way I roll. I know it might help if it's scheduled. But you take care and peace out. See you next time. Bye-bye.